Hello, and welcome to the Arrow to the Knees production of the various stages of team development. Please enjoy Week Two's production titled The Storming Stage. During the storming stage, Arrow to the Knee had some issues with the team structure. A new team member joined the ranks, causing the already formed team to assimilate and unify to maintain. One of the ways ATTK solved its team structure discrepancy was by keeping a continuous form of communication. In this way, the team has been able to unify its team plan asynchronously without the need for all members to be present. Another way the team overcame this was by the reorganization of the team's work schedule. Deadlines are conservatively determined with every member's personal lives considered.
When teams are relatively new, each other's conflicts can start early on, like competing for leadership, or there's still uncertainty about roles in the group. Our group has successfully prevented these conflicts from happening because we've talked about these issues, understanding one another. Not every team is perfect. We may have prevented certain conflicts from happening, however, others still arose. Shared visions and schedules were at an odds end, and sometimes members assumed information instead of getting things clarified, causing a little bit of confusion. Within teams, conflicts don't just appear, but are issues caused by unsettled disagreements, lacking in communication, or rather reduction in active listening when there should be. To decrease these conflicts within teams, it is best to remain calm, as in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy says, "Don't panic." It is best to ask questions, then assume and assign a temporary authority like a facilitator to control the situation.
Several things can get in the way of member participation. Members of your group may have conflicting schedules, reducing bandwidth. Newer members may lack defined roles, preventing them from finding their niche. Even worse, as familiarity rises within the team, groupthink may set in, leading members to withhold their ideas. In order to combat scheduling conflicts, it may be important to strengthen the use of asynchronous communication. You may also try assigning a more available member the task of relaying a message between members, essentially acting as a point of contact. By keeping the flow of information strong, these scheduling conflicts shouldn't hinder participation. Sometimes you have a real synergy going on within the group and a new member gets introduced. It's important to bring them into the group, even if it means sacrificing this synergy. Try to learn more about them and help them find a place where they can shine. If you make sure to give them plenty of their own responsibilities, then you won't have to worry about their participation. Sometimes you have a real synergy going on within the group and a new member gets introduced. It's important to bring them into the group, even if it means sacrificing this synergy. Try to learn more about them and help them find a place where they can shine. If you make sure to give them plenty of their own responsibilities, then you won't have to worry about their participation.
When dealing with group conflict, we found that it was easy to stray off topic and lose sight of the actual conflict. By recognizing and communicating the issues directly behind the conflict and clarifying each of our positions, we found it easier to focus communications and overcome the issue. Once team members' positions are clarified, communicate any assumptions. Through identifying the facts behind the assumptions, team members will know exactly where they stand, and once these facts are known, you can reassess the issue. Communication errors often lead to conflict, and conflicts can often resolve themselves by good communication. Even after all the positions and facts are known, it is important to keep in mind that active listening opens up communication. Knowing when and when not to speak should allow you, as well as all of your team members, to express their opinions, so no voice gets left unheard. To keep communication going during the conflict resolution process, conflict must remain impersonal. Team members have to separate themselves from the issues and address the issues rather than individuals. Even though you're comfortable with your team members now, It is important to keep things civil and avoid hostility. The easiest way to do that is to always maintain a degree of professionalism during the conflict resolution process.
Though hostility can be caused by obvious things like putting down others, it can also be caused by less obvious factors like stress, and stress can be caused by things simple as confusion. Don't assume everybody just knows what they're doing. The most common cause of hostility is inequity, where some employees are treated different than others. Although sometimes there are simpler forms of hostility which can be caused by misperception on either side of the issue, or sometimes even both. Dealing with hostility can sometimes be fairly simple. Sometimes you just need to understand the situation or person that's causing the hostility. But most importantly, stay professional and know what your rights are. The most powerful tool in preventing hostility is equality and communication. Treat everybody fairly and make sure they understand everything clearly. Don't shout at them. It makes them nervous.